Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, the Hex God from NYC Razor here, and I am back with week 5 of season 7 of the NPL. Currently, we are 2 and 3 plus 1, as you will see on the layout, and this week we are going up against the champion of season 5 and season 6, GypsyKing. And I don't expect to win the game, but I do think that team-wise there is a pretty decent matchup for me. I'm going to put the team right up here just so you guys can see. But Gypsy's team is a very, very scary thing. It's a very, very scary team. The first 3 mons themselves are very scary, which is Lando T, Cele-Stealing, Mega Dancy. Probably Mega Dancy being the mon on his team I am most scared about because my team doesn't have switch-ins anyway, but it can't really do anything against Mega Dancy, especially maybe like a rock polish variant of a Mega Dancy. It pretty much just dies out to that. Lando T with Z move is also very scary if it's double dance. Cele-Stealing is a very good wall. Hydreigon with Scarf would be pretty scary. He does have Qwilfish. Qwilfish does wall a good, a decent amount of my team. So does Suicune. Gothitelle can be pretty scary, but against the hazard stack that we have, his only hazard remover will be his Decidueye, which I don't think has a good matchup at all, really, unless it's maybe like an offensive variant. So I don't expect him bringing his Decidueye to this match, which is good. Which means if we can get hazards up early, we might have a good chance of being able to whittle down his team and try to go for the long game. But I'm just going to get into the team right now that we brought against Gypsy. So, right here we have Sayonara, the Choice Scarf Mancha with High Jump Kick, U-Turn Knockoff, Drain Punch. I have the second fighting stab move there because there's no other real coverage move that I need on the Mancha other than that. So I kind of I put Drain Punch on there in case I didn't need to go for High Jump Kick, and Drain Punch killed. And 52 HP, max attack, 200 speed, because once we have the Scarf, we outspeed pretty much everything else. Just incredible, the Mega Latios with Psychic, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Roost. Psychic hits a very large portion of his team, Thunderbolt for things like Cele-Stealing, and Ice Beam for things like Lando T and Decidueye. Just going to be running the max speed, max attack, as always, so we can try to speed tight the Dancy. Then we have You'll Be Sorry, the Thunderstarian with Sub, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and HP Ice. The sub here was mainly to whatchamacallit, it was mainly made to set up on things like because Thunderstarian forces a lot out on his team, and his main switch into this would most likely be things like if he brought it to Decidueye, if it's like maybe Spadef, Licky, and things of that nature. But with sub, we don't really have to worry about getting toxic. And from the sub, Electrium Z actually does do a lot of damage to a Spadef Licky. I believe a combination of Thunderbolt plus Gaybolt kills Licky. So I thought this was honestly pretty good set. Flash Cannon for the Mega DNC, HP Ice for the Lando T. I thought this was a pretty decent set to bring against him. Then we have Mamoswine, Bjorn Free, another Scarf for Choice Scarf Mamo, because I do think Choice Scarf Mamo is a lot better in this matchup than maybe like a Bandit or a Life Orb Mamo, just for the fact that it does outspeed the Mega DNC. His stops to this would most likely be Cele-Stealing and not Hydreigon. Cele-Stealing and Suicune. Those are pretty much the two things that can completely will Mamoswine, but going for a knockoff on those things is also very good. Uh, Earthquake, Ice Crush, Superpower Knockout does pretty much all the coverage that I need. I don't really need Shard if I'm going to go Scarf. Yeah. Then we have Frankly My Dear the Fortress with Mental Herb, Spikes, Stealth Dark, Volt Switch, and Gyro Mental Herb, just for the fact that he does have Qwilfish. Qwilfish can taunt this. This is pretty much just meant to be a lead hazard setter. And if he doesn't bring the Decidueye, he has no way of getting rid of them, so that's very good. Volt Switch, if I need to switch on things such as the Qwilfish and Cele-Stealing. Gyro Ball for things like Mega Diancie. And just standard max BizDev to kind of take on the Qwilfish, Lando T, Decidueye if it's coming, if it's physical. If he ever decides to bring a pile of swine and throw. Yep. And then we have Azumarill, Save Yourself, the Azumarill, with Assault Vest, Max HP, Max Defense. Now, this set was very different. I've probably gone through like 2 sets of this. This is the 3rd set. The set that I liked the most was the last set that I had, which was a sub BD Salad Berry knockoff Aquajet set. Unfortunately, Gypsy, I heard through the grapevine that Gypsy loves his taunt Qwilfish, so the Qwilfish with taunt is honestly just very, very good. So, being able to sub up on a Qwilfish switch in and then go for a BD was very, very hard if he did have the taunt, because there's no way that Azumarill outspeeds Qwilfish at all. So I thought that running this set to come in mainly as a Mega Diancie switch in at least once or twice was a little bit better. Because with the max defense, it does take a Diamond Storm relatively well. With the Assault Vest, it does take special hits relatively well. It's not like a great switch-in. It doesn't take like 10-20% like it takes maybe like 30 somewhere, even some moves around like 40%, but it is like a good 1 or 2 times switch-in to Diancie that can deal a very, very good amount of damage to it. Which I thought was very nice in this game, especially since, again, I don't have really any switch-ins for Mega Diancie at all. So I thought this as a set would probably work a little bit better. Alright, that's the team. I will see you guys when we get into the battle. Hey guys, what's going on? I am back with the battle. Once again, this is week 5 of NPL Season 7, and we are going up against GypsyKing, the 2-time in a row champion of Season 5 and 6, and his Sydney Sharpedoes. Now, looking at the matchup right now for what he has brought, Mega Diancie is definitely an obvious. So is Cele-Stealing and Lando T, in my opinion. Mega Diancie, once again, if you saw the team build, I do have no switch-ins to this thing. Cele-Stealing is a great wall for my team. Landor is very, very scary, especially with Z-Move, being able to run Double Dance. Qwilfish is a great wall for my team, so is Licky for Dundee T and Megaladios. And Gothitelle is a pretty decent Scarfer against my team, because it can do a lot of damage, and it can trick some of my walls, but it does switch in on them. So, but I do feel kind of confident in this matchup. I actually did feel kind of confident going into this matchup. I thought my team was pretty good. I tested out a lot. I tested out a couple times. I thought everything was pretty good. Going on to the first turn, I'm going to lead with Mammal, as he does lead with his Diancie. Now, here I'm going to go into my Fortress, predicting him to go into something like Lando T. But he is going to Protect, and just so he can scatter. I should have went for my Hazards there, but I did go for Jar Ball again, just in case. And here he's going to go into his Lando T, which is going to take a decent amount from Jar Ball from Fortress. But this turn we're going to exchange rocks, and as he starts going for EQs, I'm going to start setting up my spikes. Here he's going to switch into Cele-Stealing, as I do get my second layer of spikes up. And this is the turn where I made my biggest misplay of the match. Cele-Stealing is a mod that very, very commonly runs Flamethrower. And for some reason, I felt like I needed to preserve my fortress. I don't know why. Maybe for the Lando T to take hits, but it didn't even take that well of a hit of the Earthquake from Lando T. At this point, Fortress got 3 layers of hazards up. I should have sacked them on right here to a predicted incoming Flamethrower, but as you can see, I am going to switch straight into Dundee T on the Flamethrower predict, and he's going to get up and autonomize. And he hits the Stone Edge here, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed this video for this week. I will see you next week. Make sure to go subscribe to the and then he was mixed with Flamethrower, which is also very, very good. And I did talk to him after the game, he was Walkenberry, so if I did Volt Switch there, I would have gotten rid of his Walkenberry. I could have went straight into my Latios, and I could have Thunderbolted regardless, even if he was going into Lando T, because obviously if he had Stealth Rocks, and then switched up his moves and went for Earthquake, he wasn't Scarfed or anything like that. I did talk after game, he was Yachi Berry, but depending on his spread, my Ice Beam from the Mega Latios still could have killed it. So here he's pretty much just going to, it didn't really matter even if I went Mian Shao, Mamo, whatever. It's whatever order I put those mons in, it would have ended either way. So we are going to take that 6-0. And we're going to run with it. So now we are 2 and 3 -5 going into week 6. Honestly, I feel disappointed in myself because I feel like I definitely could have played that a lot better. I don't know why I didn't sack for it. I guess it was maybe just force of habit. I don't know. Fortress did its job. It should have went down. And I honestly just played that game very bad. I'm just very, very bad. I don't know. This is why I don't draft stuff. Fortress, Ferrothorn, Fortress, they're all like the same to me. But I definitely should have sacked it there. If I sacked it there, I feel like I could have had a much, much better chance of being able to win the match. But that's going to be it for this week. GG Gypsy. GG, it's Gypsy. If you somehow liked this video, beat up that like button. Leave a comment down below about how wrecked I got. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see next week, or the other weeks, or anything. Also, make sure to go check out Gypsy's channel and all the other NPL minors and majors coaches, whose links will all be in the description below. I will see you guys later.